Hey everybody, today we're here in the Garden District in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the corner of Phillip and Chestnut Streets. My name is Andy Severino with NewOrleansRealEstateNow.com, and today we're going to take a look at some traditional Garden District architecture. The two homes we're going to look at today are good examples of the type of homes that were built in the Garden District in the Victorian period, which took place from 1862 to 1900. What we have behind me here is a very good example of the Italianate style, which is a more decorative adaptation applied to the typical Greek Revival double gallery house. What we have is a Greek Revival double gallery side hall house, but the more embellished features such as the Corinthian columns at the top, the cast iron work here that's very decorative and ornamental that you see here on this side part of the house. These are very reminiscent of the Italianate style. Also, the transom over the entrance is a decorative arched transom, which is much more aesthetically ornate than the typical Greek key style that was with the early Greek Revival double gallery house. The reason this is referred to as a double gallery house is across the full length of the front of the house, we have covered balconies, otherwise known as galleries. They have full-length windows, which is very common as well. The columns at the top are the Corinthian column that are more decorative and did not come into play until this Italianate style entered the picture. Typical of many Garden District homes, this is a large home. These mansions were built on large lots with beautiful gardens. So the homeowners of this property here, as we can see, is really taking advantage of the property size and landscaping it quite well with a beautiful manicured garden. Certainly a nice place to spend time and relax, and very private due to all the foliage here, trees, bushes, whatnot. So, and before we go across the street here and look at another type of home that showed up a lot in the latter part of the 19th century here in the Garden District, let's walk around the side of this house and see what they have going on the side. What they have here on the side is very common with these Garden District homes. You have a brick privacy wall here where you have an ivy of sorts growing on it. So you have this brick privacy wall with this beautiful, green growth on it, which is a very typical Garden District feature. Now, we're going to go catty corner here, and we're going to look at a house that is a good example of a Queen Anne style home. The Queen Anne style home was first introduced to Americans by the British government at the Philadelphia Exposition of 1876. There was a home built in Sussex, England in 1868, designed by an architect named Richard Norman Shaw. And when this Queen Anne style home was introduced to Americans at the Philadelphia Exposition, it was all the rage, and these homes started to pop up all over the United States, very common in the Garden District. So what we have here, all characteristics that are typical of a Queen Anne style home built here in the Garden District. On the bottom level here you see what are called Doric columns, these round columns supporting the second level. And also we have this decorative gingerbread type wood siding. And you're going to see here, unlike the Greek Revival homes, this roof has a very steep pitch and it's going to be multi-gabled. So you're going to see gables here all around the roof. You walk around the side here. This wraparound porch supported by the Doric columns is also very reminiscent of Queen Anne style. So as you see here, we have gables coming out, different areas. Also common with dormer windows, and some of these Queen Anne style homes would have towers with finials atop the peak. This one does not. So again, we have full length windows, a beautiful yard, manicured and landscaped very nicely, very well kept. So before we wrap up here, I just want to show you across the street what the early homes looked like that were built here in the Garden District. This example here is really, really a good example of a Greek Revival double gallery house. Okay, this would have been built prior to the 1850s. Actually, the early 1850s is when these were, less common with the new construction. But what you have here is these very plain square wood columns. You have the dentils at the top of the above the second level gallery, and you have full length windows. What you don't have here that was common from the Greek Revivals is the Greek key style transoms, or actually it wasn't a transom but a molding, the shape of the molding above the front door. This home does not have that, but otherwise we have the dentils, and we have again a low pitched roof with a parapet wall in the front. These are all very, very common features that suggest this is a typical Greek Revival double gallery house. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, my name is Andy Severino with NewOrleansRealEstateNow.com. Please visit our website for more valuable information about New Orleans real estate and Garden District architecture.